Hello and welcome to the course on REST API development using Python and Flask. This is Atul and you are watching Simplify Python small course video. Friends, in this video series we are going to learn about the RESTful web API development using Python and Flask. We learn in this course the basics of web services, what are web services, how web services work, why web services are needed, what are the advantages of using web services over other type of applications. We'll see the different implementations through which we can develop web services like REST and SOAP. We'll discuss what SOAP is and why is it so popular. We'll discuss what is REST, what REST is, what are the REST fundamentals, and the advantages that REST offer over the SOAP. Why REST is gaining so much popularity these days. We'll discuss the JSON JavaScript object notation, one of the most popular data interchange format. And we'll also discuss the why JSON is so much popular, why JSON interoperability is provided in most of big technologies like Python and Java and .NET, PHP, Node.js and so on. We'll also briefly discuss the Python basics, what Python is and why we use Python. We'll also see how can we set up a a development environment of Python in our Windows machine or Linux machine or Mac OS machine. We'll also then we'll discuss the basics of Flask micro framework. What is Flask? What are its offering? How can we develop small applications or big applications, web APIs, web services, websites using Flask micro framework? And then we'll see a REST API implementation using Flask. We'll take a project based scenario of learning. We'll use MongoDB as our database, which is a NoSQL database. We'll also see how can we connect our Flask application with MySQL database. And then we'll also discuss in our course the useful things that we have to know before we have to know when we are implementing or developing a RESTful web services, like authentication, how the authentication work in web APIs or RESTful web services. Since RESTful web services are HTTP based and HTTP is a stateless protocol, how the authentication stuff work, because server does not save any state of client in itself. So, and we'll also discuss how can we serialize and deserialize JSON objects uh, into the Python things, the Python variables or Python objects. We also have some prerequisite before doing this course. If you are doing this course, you should be familiar with Python programming language and the programming in general. You should know the basic concepts of programming, like variable declaration, the types, and the conditionals, looping, lists, functions, classes, and objects things. And you should also have a knowledge of implementing all these things into the Python. If you don't know about Python right now, I recommend you to go through a Python course, a Python foundation course before doing this course. You can take our Python foundation course from Simplify Python app, or you can take the Python foundation course, Python core language course from anywhere else. But this is a prerequisite before doing this course. You should also have a basic understanding of the web and the internet in general. Basically, you should know how web and in the internet work, what the client server things are, and what the HTTP and HTTP methods are. We'll briefly discuss some of these things in our course, but since this course is intended to learn how to develop RESTful API using Python and Flask, we'll not go in the very details of the web and the internet. So if you have the prior knowledge of the web and internet concepts, it would be very wonderful. Okay, so if you have any suggestion or feedback during this course or after this course, you can check out our LinkedIn profile, our Facebook page, our Twitter handle. You can email us on simplifypython@gmail.com, or you can contact us if it's very important on phone also. Okay, so let's not waste our time. Hope you are also very excited as I am for this course. So let's get started.